Hi everyone, this is Riley at persimmonGolfToday.org, and if you don't mind, I'd like to quickly take you through the bag and let you know what I'm about to throw in the car and take out to Fairfield to meet up with John Erickson and Dr. Zach Wood for a nice Persimmon and Blades outing. Looking forward to it. A little bit nervous. Of course, John's a former touring pro and Zach's got one of the best swings probably on the West Coast, and so I'm a little out of my league today, but anyways, got to give it a shot. This is what I'm throwing in for the driver. It's a 1950s era Tony Pena Super I-matic driver. Propel 1 shaft is actually quite stiff. Really nice solid driver. It's been this is what I've been using for tournaments lately or any sort of serious money game. Right next to it's the Cleveland Classics TC15 3-wood. This is a club I got off eBay and later found out this was a club from Tom Kite's personal collection. So sometimes you get lucky. Here's a nice, very similar to the driver. It's a McGregor Super I-matic tourney 4-wood, quite similar to modern hybrid, but thicker and heavier. The irons today are just a nice simple blade. I've put my Wilson staffs in the bag today. Probably early 80s, nothing special, just a clean, simple set. I've been playing these for probably a month now with good success. They have this stamping here. It's a 3141, which I have no idea what that means, but I like to pretend it was some really good player's custom order that I have now inherited through luck. These have a S400 shaft, so reasonably heavy, quite stiff, and just a nice clean blade. Down to the wedge today, we have probably not the oldest club, but certainly old for a wedge. It's a probably 1960s Dynapower wedge that I've had in my bag for a while now. It's a really nice, pretty big, heavy wedge for playing off of fairway lies, tight lies, or even sand. It's really a pretty versatile wedge, and so I only have one wedge most of the time these days. The putter, certainly nothing special. I don't even know if it's vintage. I think I pulled this out of my father's garage quite a while ago, but when it comes to the putter, you just got to go with what works, and this old Armour 300 from maybe the 80s or 90s has been rolling the ball real well for me lately, so hoping this guy can keep me in it when I'm up against these two fine strikers today. So that's the bag. Nothing special, not the oldest bag today, but this is what I'm going with, and wish me luck. All right, Zach, straight away, par 4, little trouble right. What are you going to do here?
I'm going to try to move the lower part of my body and get the ball right up the gut. No arms and hands from the top of the swing.
All right, let's split the telephone wires here. Little draw, but that'll work out nice.
Another one of these.
Why don't you give us a quick shot of that golf club you have there? What is that?
This is a Super I-matic McGregor tourney.
Is that something you picked up on eBay, or did you get that from John, or what?
You see it on top of the no, this is from John. This is redone to be flatter. Try to get club coming in, to return the shaft plane. So this is a John Erickson special right here.
And is that the original shaft, or did you change it out?
I don't know. Did we change it out? Yeah, I guess it's a new one, but this is like extra stiff. I mean, it's like a telephone pole.
Yeah.
And it's very heavy. Try to get the club slotted with that heavy weight. Now all I gotta do is get my P4 position in the right spot.
over those 3 trees, huh?
I think that's the line. That's the right side is the line.
I was trying to do my first one.
Right over the trees.
Nice swing.
Can't hit everyone bad, right?
What club did you hit there, John?
Driver. Tony Penna TP2. Flattened out to 48 degrees.
Nice.
And shaved the face down a little bit. It's in about 9 degrees.
So how far do you think you hit that ball just then? What do you play on a good solid drive?
I put it on the ground, a little kicked up a piece of turf, played down the left side and hit a little slider out there. So it's a tight hole. Just trying to get this one in play, which I did, and probably out there about 260, something like that.
Nice shot.
Playing it back in your stance now, a little force, low, it's running up there. Yank, but I mean, but look where you're at. I mean, that was a bad swing, but you're fine for it.
All right, John, we're here on the 15th hole of Rancho Solano Golf Club, October 30th, I believe it is. What did you choose to bring out here today?
Today I've got the 71 Dynapower button back. Got a little lead tape on them, put the tape up high to kind of keep the ball down a little bit. These have the original stiff shaft in them. They're the red buttons on the bottom, so they came stock. Good firm shaft, didn't have to do anything there. Put some cord grips on them. And a couple clubs I usually bring out with me. Got an old Spalding top flight pitching wedge. I use this basically as a gap wedge, and this thing sits at about 53 degrees. I think I've got this one at. And then I've got my split sole pitching wedge, old McGregor pitching wedge, and got this weighted down to about just under 18 ounces. You can see there's a ton of lead tape on the back of that. And it's got the old split sole on it. I like to use this club to nip it off tight lies and that sort of thing. Good club to have. Dynapower 1-iron. This is from, I think, a 65 or 6, I think. This was actually John Allen's 1-iron that he gave to me, former national long drive champion. And he was kind enough to bless me with this thing, and I like that club a lot. On the woods, I've got carrying a 4-wood today, an old Spalding Par Flight. Really love this head on it. It's got a great little head on it, and it's a nice little club to bring out. And I've got an old McGregor, a Tony Penna McGregor. So this one's old 50s club here, TP1, 2-wood, and that's a real beauty for hitting off the fairway. And then my Tony Penna TP2, but I've got I reshafted it and put an X shaft in it, shaved the face down, got it down about 9 degrees, and added a little bit of weight to it, and this thing's sitting about 14 ounces. Reshafted it, flattened it out a bit to about 48 degrees. Got an old classic crown cord grip on it, which I love. And as far as the putter, I've got just an old Spalding putter that I just sort of retrofit to myself, flatten it out for my flat putting stroke. Put a little weight out here on the toe so I can work the toe through the shot a little bit through the putt.
John, what did you forget to show us the first
I
time?
forgot to show you my sandwich here, an old Wilson, basically it's an R90 design. It's old Sam Snead, and this thing's just a behemoth of a club. It's about 18.5 ounces and a lot of weight going through the shot, great for hitting out of thick sand and rough around the greens and that sort of thing. So I've got this one sitting a little more upright because I'll hit shots where I'll open up the face a bit and got to lower your hands, and it kind of puts me right down there in the pocket.
Great, thanks.
All right, Riley, what do you think about this one?
Well, it's a straightaway par 4. I've got driver out. Probably just going to try and follow John down the left center of the fairway, sort of at that bunker out there, and if I hit it good, I'll probably be about 40 yards short of where he is.
Down the right side.
Been the shot of the day there.